You guys, I screwed up. I think the very first thing I have to address in this video is my last video, which was the 10,000 calorie challenge. I did the challenge, I did 10,000 calories, I posted the video, I was like, yes, done, like this was so difficult, like I'm gonna posted it. And then the first comment, or like the third comment, was someone being like, Molly, you can't drink your calories. What? And it had literally never occurred to me that that was a thing. Like, I have watched 10,000 calorie videos before, sometimes information which I just kind of don't want to pay attention to. This is from experience with my university degree. It just goes right above my head and I just don't pay attention to it. So for some stupid reason, I just didn't acknowledge that you couldn't drink liquids, and I didn't look up the rules before, but after I got that comment, I was like, right, you should probably do this properly and look up the rules. And I didn't. I was like, no liquids allowed. And I was like, okay, that's my life over. So I just want to say I'm so sorry for screwing that up, but because my whole thing in life, my page, my fitness stuff, everything is all about, this is gonna see, this is clever how I'm relating it, not how you fall off, but how you get back on. Have you guessed it? So, because I respect you, and I respect YouTube, and I respect the guys out there and the girls who watch my YouTube video and they were like, no, you've done this wrong, like this is cheating, I mean this isn't the challenge. You're right, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna come back 5,000 calories stronger. I'm gonna do the 15,000 calorie challenge, no liquids obviously, sticking to the rules. If this video gets 1,000 likes, and if it gets up to 20,000 views, then I'm gonna do the 15,000 calorie challenge with no liquids. It's just like a way that I can just like make amends and say like, guys, I wasn't trying to cheat, I didn't know, like I genuinely didn't know that was a rule, I'm not screwing you over, I'm not cheating anybody on this channel, then I'll do it. All you gotta do is like share this video with your friends, like it, give it a view, maybe subscribe whilst you're at it so that you'll get the notification when I do the 15,000 calorie challenge. Lol. I'm actually like a little bit terrified saying that I'm gonna do the 15,000 calorie challenge, but you know what, I feel like I owe it to you because I screwed up and I'm putting my hands up. I screwed up on that one. Another really cool thing happening in this video which I want to tell you about is, well actually there are two. One, I'll be doing story times on Wednesday. I have a really funny story time coming up just because I feel like I have hilarious stories and I want to share them with you. Two, I'm doing a giveaway exclusive to YouTube only. If you would like to win a £50 voucher from Protein World, I am a Protein World trainer. I've paired up with them and they're an awesome company. I love their products and they are giving me a £50 giveaway to give to you guys. If you would like to win that £50 giveaway, all you have to do is comment on this video something cool and quirky that you liked about it, and you will be automatically enrolled in that giveaway, and I'll be announcing the giveaway on Wednesday, the giveaway winner. Technically, even though that screwed up, I did have 10,000 calories in one day, and so it was like a massive cheat day for me. Like it was an epic cheat day, as people call their kind of like 10,000 calorie challenges. So I have written down, as you guys know, in my little red notebook, which is like my best friend. By the way, I want to clarify that like this video is if you've cheated like massively, and if you've like gone off course, like if you've had 10,000 calories, or if you, I don't know, maybe you've had like 2 pizzas to yourself, or like 2 big ice creams or whatever, and you feel guilty about it, then I just kind of want to recommend, these are like the 4 things which I would do typically. I'm not saying one that you should do them, and my most important thing is I'm saying don't do this if you're gonna be unhealthy about it. Like just take a step back and think, are you mentally healthy with your attitude to food? Like I know that I am. I love food, I enjoy food, but I do have a goal in mind, and so if I go off track, I do know that I have to sacrifice certain things the next day to make sure that I'm like back to where I was. However, if you have any kind of like mental issues with food, maybe you like don't have the right relationship with it, don't guilt trip yourself and don't think you need to do any of these things, because my actual biggest tip would be to just forget about your cheating day and just go back to normal. But if you feel like you really want to do something about it, or you just want to know what I would personally do about it and what I did do after my 10,000 calorie challenge, then my 4 tips are, my number 1 biggest tip is to not guilt trip yourself. If you guilt trip yourself, you're just going to be setting yourself back, because firstly you might like think to yourself, oh, I should just not eat the next day, and like that's stupid, because then you probably won't eat till maybe the afternoon, and then you'll just end up like gorging on loads of food. Like the easiest thing to eat, which is realistically just like a big pot of Nutella. Don't feel like down, don't let yourself think about it. I would just say like get out of the house, clear your mind, maybe go for a walk and just be like, okay, cool, that happened, whatever. Like I said earlier, it's not about how you fall off track or you fall off the horse, whatever that saying is, but it's how you get back on track and just like keep working towards your goals, because life is life, and at the end of the day your life is bigger than a pizza that you had last night. So just first of all forgive yourself and then concentrate on actually getting back on track. Personally, the second step which I would do is I would sit down, look at your current calories. So mine are about 1,750, and I would cut them by just one small meal. So I would cut them by about 150 calories, firstly because I go for about 6 small meals a day, so I probably go for like 5 small meals a day. Never ever go hungry, that's my biggest tip. So I recommend filling out the rest of your meals with a lot more vegetables than you usually would, because they're such low calories and they'll fill you up a lot more. And just kind of make sure that all the food that you are having, that you are planning that day, for me it really helped to make sure that my meals were clean. And like by clean I mean like just have vegetables and like green food as well, obviously, as like your carbs and your protein. Mentally, it really helped me to be like, oh, okay, I'm cleansing my soul with spinach and broccoli and all the good stuff. So if I could just swerve away from chocolate and sugar and processed foods, it kind of got me feeling like I was like, bam, like back on track. And that whole guilty thing goes away a lot more when you feel kind of like cleansed. And something which aligns really well with that is my step number 3, which is to make sure that you're drinking a hell of a lot of water and a hell of a lot of green tea, because it's full of antioxidants and it's really nutritional and good for you, and it also speeds up with weight loss. So obviously if you drink loads of cups of tea that day, you're not gonna like the next day wake up and be, you know, lost all your weight from the 10,000 calorie challenge or whatever you ate, but it will boost that process. If you're also a coffee drinker like me, then definitely switch to green tea that day if you can, just because apparently the key active ingredient in green tea is caffeine as well. You'll still kind of get that buzz and it'll still give you energy, and it'll also still ramp up the process of burning calories. The reason why green tea is good for fat burning is because it boosts up your metabolism. So if you have green tea with the Sculpt and Fat Burn guide, whoa, your metabolism is going to be going. Green tea is basically awesome. I mean, if you can get your hands on some matcha, that's even better, because matcha I think is the equivalent of like 12 cups of green tea in one. I can't even get my head around that, but yes, that's supposed to be amazing for you. And again, it adds the kind of psychological process of just feeling better and just healthier about yourself. I don't know the science behind green tea, but I was reading online that because green tea is full of antioxidants, in the long run it can help to prevent cancer. Obviously it's not going to stop you getting cancer, but it is one of those things that can help prevent it, as well as blueberries. I think foods that have like really high antioxidants in them can do that. Overall, green tea should just be in your life. So if you don't drink green tea and you just binge like crazy, then this is a good place to start. Go and do a fat burning workout. So I personally, the day after I cheated, I went and did 2 workouts. I don't usually recommend working out twice a day, just because if you don't have like a strict main goal in mind, or if you're not like an athlete, you really don't need to. The reason why I did it was because I have been doing my Sculpt and Fat Burn workouts, and they're really high intensity, they're fast, they're quick paced, heart rate gets beating really fast, your metabolism's going to be going up whilst you're burning fat and sweating a lot. You're also using weight, so you're still developing muscle. So I've put in one of the Sculpt and Fat Burn workouts in here because some of you guys watch my live stream on Instagram, which I do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. by the way. And then I also went in the evening and I just did some cardio. You don't have to push yourself like crazy. I was just aiming to burn about 200 calories, really nothing that drastic. I was just personally doing like HIIT sprints, or you can do just walking on the treadmill or just running, or it doesn't have to be treadmill stuff. Like you can use the cross trainer. I know some people hate with a passion, hate the treadmill, so you can change it up if you want. The last thing which I just want to reiterate is life is bigger than cheating. Like I had 10,000 calories, well, some of you think I had 5,000 calories and the rest liquids, but whatever. And I'm still fine, still here. I've been working out the same amount. I don't feel guilty. There's no point feeling guilty. Like I enjoy the gym, I love the gym, I love working out, but like at the end of the day, you have to enjoy yourself and love yourself and just do whatever the hell you want to do. Those are my tips, but if you don't want to do them, if you don't feel like it's necessary, don't, screw it, just get back onto your normal routine and keep going. That is completely and totally fine and good. You're going to start off by doing 12 body weighted squats. So you keep your entire foot on the floor, lower yourself down, lean your torso slightly forward whilst keeping your back straight, and you want to sit just parallel or just below parallel to the floor, so you're really getting that depth, and come back up and repeat. Now you're going to get into doing 12 push-ups. So get yourself into a high plank position with your back flat and look slightly forward. I'm looking straight at the floor, so I've kind of screwed this up, but look slightly forward. Set your hands slightly wider than shoulder width, lower yourself down and come back up. If you can't do these, then adjust to resting on your knees. Here we're doing barbell front loaded Bulgarian split squats, and these are actually my favorite, but because we're doing 12 per leg, we have to keep the weight relatively light so that you're not going to get exhausted immediately. So here I'm using 20 kilograms, and what you want to do is drop into the hip of the front leg whilst keeping your knee in line with your toes, and make sure that when you go down and when you're facing forward, actually keep both your hips pointed straight ahead and that you're looking up so that you don't look down and curve your spine during the exercise. Stay tall through the chest, keeping your elbows straight ahead, and then drop low. I should have got a wider range of motion by dropping a little bit lower, but that's something I personally need to work on. Lie back on an incline bench with 2 dumbbells on your thighs and then lift them up. Make sure your palms are facing away from you and lift the dumbbells up. When you get to the top, hold for a second and then slowly bring back down again and then push back up and repeat. Next, we're moving on to hanging leg raises, and I have a kind of love-hate relationship with these because I never used to be able to do them, and recently I've started to be able to do them properly, so I'm very happy about that. What you want to do is hang from the bar, whatever thing you're holding, keep your legs straight, they should be straight down, and raise them until your torso is about 90 degrees with your legs. If you can't do these, then the next clip is kind of like a replacement, and if you can't do those, I'd recommend going to a TRX machine, slipping your feet in there and using that. Dumbbell goblet squats. So you actually want to make sure that you're holding the dumbbell vertically, not horizontally like I am, and hug the dumbbell to your chest with your elbows pointing down. And as you lower your body down into a squat, you want the outsides of your elbows to kind of go in the insides of your knees. So once again, I'm doing this wrong. I should be holding the dumbbell vertically, but this is just the way that I'm used to doing it. Keep your back straight, leaning slightly forward like a normal squat. The dumbbell bench press is basically the same as the dumbbell incline bench press, but your bench is going to be flat this time. So make sure that you've got a flat bench and you're holding a dumbbell in each hand. Hold them at shoulder width and rotate the wrists forward. Then make sure that you've got a 90-degree angle going on and use your chest to push up and then slowly bring back down again and repeat for 12 times. So these are actually just 12 regular lunges, but I like to make these curtsy lunges just because I think that they work my glutes that little bit more. So stand with your torso upright and hold the dumbbells by your sides. Step forward with one leg and keep your torso upright so you maintain your balance. Then whether you're doing curtsy lunges or regular lunges, you want to push up on the heel of your foot, come back to standing straight up again, and then repeat. Dumbbell lateral raises, you want to make sure you have a straight torso and that you're holding the dumbbells with your palms facing your thighs. Keep your torso steady and lift them with a slight bend in the elbow till they're just above parallel to the floor, and repeat. V-ups are definitely one of my favorite ab exercises. You're going to be using momentum from a lying position to get yourself into a V-sit position. I'm a little bit out of control, as you can see, but what you want to be doing is from lying down, swing your upper body up first to get you up, and then on your way down, don't hold your feet in the air because that can hurt your lower back. but lower yourself down gently, and if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, try and make sure that your feet don't touch the ground. If you have tight hamstrings, you might find that quite difficult, but that is the more challenging one. If it's too hard, then let your feet rest on the ground. So I thought I would actually walk you through my meals and tell you about how I cook them and what exactly I was kind of aiming for here with my meals. So my calories at the moment are about 1,700, so I decided to go for 1,600. That was my aim. I decided if I got hungry at all, then I would let myself have another meal. So here I decided to start off with Protein World Bedtime Blend, which is basically a high amount of protein. So I had half the amount of scoops. I had 3 scoops here, which comes to, I believe it's 24 grams protein, 23 grams protein. I added in some of that yogurt, I believe it's called Skylar, and some cinnamon. It's really high in protein, the yogurt, and very low in carb. I got these stevia drops from Muscle Foods, mixed it in, added some raspberries, and voila, that was breakfast. My next meal, which I would probably have about 3 hours later, is like a healthy version of egg fried rice. I'm basically just making egg fried rice, but it's only egg whites. So I'm throwing away the yolks and I'm using 5 eggs here, and I'm going to be mixing these eggs with some brown rice, which I get from Tilda, some light soy sauce, and some broccoli and freshly chopped tomatoes. Once you've mixed in your rice with the chopped tomatoes, garlic and salt, just stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes, put it on the frying pan. I like to use, that was very fast, I like to use this Fry Light calorie spray. It's like 1 calorie a spray. And then once the rice is done, I literally mix it in with the egg whites, and then the broccoli is cooking right now, but you can't see that. And then I'll eat that all together when it's done, and then add the soy sauce into the pan with the eggs and the rice. Now I'm gonna make tuna steak with mixed red peppers. I'm gonna add some asparagus into that, and then I'm also gonna have my beloved light soy sauce. I'm just going for like a kind of no carb, like very low carb meal, but something that will still fill me up so that I'm not hungry. I'm gonna cook the steak on the pan. I'm gonna cook 2, so I have 1 for tomorrow as well, and then I'm gonna cook the peppers with it, and then cook the asparagus separately. For dinner, I decided to make a wrap, which I haven't had in forever, so I'm kind of treating myself here. But I decided to, I just bought a regular wrap from the supermarket, any kind of wrap. If it's preferably low carb, that's great. I think here I was freaking out because the avocado looked perfect, but it wasn't perfect. It failed me. It was actually a really hard, grim avocado. So I used the good bits of the avocado. You want to use just more than half. Kind of squish that into the tortilla. And then with the tortilla, I'm going to be making chili kidney beans, 2 chicken breast sausages, a bit of red pesto, And I believe that's it. Yeah, that is it with my wrap.